Hello and welcome to the Exotic
Hello,
Trash
everybody.
Podcast. You
Hello,
piss
everybody.
off. And I'm your host, Joey Simcoe. And with us today,
I'm your co-host, Jimmy Skidmore,
I'm not the co-host, but I'm always here. I'm Evan Elkert.
returning guest.
Yeah,
constantly returning guest that
yeah.
we don't really like that much, but he's our only friend that constantly comes on. Did you just smack your head? All right. So anyway,
Yeah,
I'm
there's
the
a
only person that's
theme.
always ready.
I'm
ready.
So today on this episode, we're going to be talking about the Godzilla vs. Kong trailer. And so what we're going to do is first we're going to do an overview of the trailer, give our thoughts about the trailer, and then we're going to go into theories about what we think is going to happen in the movie. So first, let's start off with right at the beginning of the trailer, we see our first hints of Mecha Godzilla.
Oh, scary man.
Right, that's right.
And as we know, in the previous movies, he's always been built out of the remains of an already dead Godzilla. So
Because there are multiple Godzilla.
actually,
right, there
yes,
was a skeleton.
in the past movies, there's always two Godzillas.
Well,
Godzilla.
there's also a there's a skeleton in the first movie, and that's what the first Muto. That's what he's in.
Mutanto.
Yeah.
Mutanto, the Godzilla skeleton. Yeah.
And so the fact that they're bringing in Mechagodzilla is really cool and a great homage to Toho, as
Tahoe.
It's Toho, bitch. And
Mahalo.
so and like I like that this series has been consistent with giving Toho credit to the monsters he's created in all this, like with Mothra and obviously Godzilla and other kaiju that have been named, like King Ghidorah, Rodan, and all them, that they were created by Toho, and now they're being brought back onto the screen again, which I think is a really neat thing to see, because like
It's a good homage.
it's respecting the classics but also putting a new spin on it, you know.
Although
With Godzilla, you have to do, because Godzilla has been heavily overplayed.
He's been in what, like 37 movies or something like that?
Many
Probably
movies.
more.
I think more. Like if we're counting like cameos and shit too,
Well, if
definitely
we're counting
more.
media altogether, he's been
I
in
was
every
a-
type of media.
I was a
he's
little
got TV
pissed.
shows.
I was a little pissed that he wasn't in Endgame.
yeah, I was expecting him to be in Endgame
Like,
as well.
They even put the duck in there, but they didn't put Godzilla in.
Howard the Duck
Right.
is Godzilla.
They put Howard the Duck in, but they didn't put Godzilla in. It's a true travesty of our generation.
And then further into the trailer, we see that Godzilla and Kong get into a fight on an aircraft carrier. And I just want to say this. So the ship blows up in the trailer, all right? And so only one of them can actually like swim, scientifically speaking, because all reptiles, they're able to swim, right?
Well, I can swim, and Kong's
Not all
what I am.
reptiles.
Name one reptile that can't swim.
My geckos.
Yeah, geckos.
Lizards can swim.
Not geckos.
Gecko's not a lizard.
It's a desert
Geckos are lizards.
animal.
That's
No, they're
not
not.
true. They live in subtropic areas and tropic areas.
Or
your
what are the
facts.
ones? What are the ones that live in deserts?
Bearded dragons can swim. They live in Australia, which is all
I have
desert.
a crested
Do they-
gecko, so
Do they know how to swim?
Yes, I've had I've had 3 bearded dragons. They all know
Yeah,
how to
how
swim.
did those go? How did those go?
Well, the one actually went really well, and the
one
other
I
one
tried to have swim.
So I just want to point this out. We know that apes actually cannot swim, and
It's true. They stink.
yeah,
Their bones are
because
too
they're so
dense.
dense, and
Well,
that you can actually
don't know.
see this with the river of evolution, where bonobos and chimpanzees are separated, because obviously they can't swim across the river because they can't swim.
We don't know how deep this water is, though.
It's an aircraft carrier. It's an
Yeah, but-
aircraft carrier.
Also, we're forgetting here. Can we use a scientific argument against a movie with a giant lizard that can shoot nuclear fire from its mouth and a gorilla that's a couple
You've
hundred
never seen
feet
that
tall?
happen?
Not
in real life,
really.
Jimmy?
Not really, but like it's good to put some like realism into like thought processes of the movie, so that
Oh,
you can-
like a giant robot lizard.
I think it would be
Yes.
the funniest thing if they gave Kong like a life raft. Like if he had like floaties.
just another aircraft carrier.
Yeah, he's just holding on to it.
And then further into
Got
the
a-
trailer, we also
he's
see
got a
that
noodle.
Kong is given an axe, which is made from the back plate of a member of the Godzilla species, which, as we can also see in the movie, disperses radiation. And radiation is what gives Godzilla his powers. So I feel like it would be almost a counterproductive axe at some points. Like if he hits him in the arm, I feel like it's just going to heal right up. But like Evan brought this up in a conversation we had this week. If you were to cut off his head, I don't think he's going to regenerate his head.
Well, if it
Yeah.
absorbs radiation, that is good.
Yeah, yeah, but it's also not good because it's what gives Godzilla powers, and he's using this to fight Godzilla.
Yeah, but I would rather give Godzilla slightly more power than die instantly of radiation poisoning. Like,
Right.
it's like at least you have a chance to not instantly die of radiation poisoning with this axe.
And that's the one thing that's interesting about Kong is that he's actually one of the few monsters in the MonsterVerse that isn't powered by radiation.
Yeah,
True.
he's just a regular monkey.
He's just a
From what we
big old
know.
monk. I mean, they could pull a classic Toho move and give him electric powers.
Yeah, we could do that.
They should give him like he should build a fire at some point during it and then just evolve into a human, like a giant human. He builds a fire and all of his fur comes off
Yeah.
and he's just a big person. He looks like Big E.
naked, chubby man.
Yeah.
He's just Jimmy, but naked.
Yeah, I turned like in the movie. I've actually I was a part of the filming of this
Yeah.
movie because I had to be Godzilla.
He wasn't like it's not CGI. It's like it's just a
It's
green
just,
screen.
it's just a big
and
Jimmy.
then Jimmy's standing there naked, just hiding his parts.
I get a loincloth because you know
No,
I'm
naked
like a
Jimmy.
caveman.
Full frontal nudity.
For $500,000, I would do that.
Oh, they would pay you more than $500,000. The budget for this movie was either it ranged from sources from the internet. It ranges from 160 to $200 million. So I feel like the actors in this movie are getting paid quite a bit.
Yeah,
It's about half of Endgame.
yeah,
yeah.
no kidding. Endgame was so expensive.
Oh, well, that's because it was the biggest cinematic movie event
Because
ever.
they made $1 billion in one night.
So then further into the movie, we see that Kong, sorry, he's not king. So we see that he sticks with one of his classic tropes of like picking up a relationship with a human being. And with this, I'd like to classify Kong as a king simp.
Horny monkey.
King
Horny
Kong is
Kong.
actually he's like an embodiment of all humans.
Kinda,
Horny.
That's basically his whole thing. Is like
He's
I'm a
Evil
human.
Joey.
I don't know what you're talking. Oh, hey, I just remembered. Since you guys are here and watching, if you're still at this point, remember to check out
The exotic
the
trash
merch store.
merch.
I have it. I still don't know.
Link
where I
in
put it.
description below.
We have a
And,
sale going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
I set the prices as cheap as I could. Really.
Yeah, we
guys
make
would
no
be able
money
to
out of
afford
this.
them.
Just we
Yeah,
need you to
it's just-
advertise that
We want you
exist.
to advertise this so that we can like expand. So
It actually works though.
it does. It
I was
does work.
walking through Rural King, and one of the employees was like, "Yo, what the fuck's on your shirt, dude? I was like,
You're
"Oh,
like exotic trash.
haven't you heard?" And he was like, "Oh, I'll listen to an episode with you right now." And I'm like,
No, not now.
"Yeah."
All right. So since we just went through the trailer, I just want to go through some of the confirmed kaiju I have seen in leaked toy lines. So we know for sure that Mechagodzilla is in fact confirmed, as there is a toy being made for him. And as we all know, toys. Evan, there's two of you. Oh, you're in the mirror, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, and obviously Godzilla and Kong are in the movie, so there's also toys for them. But now this is where,
skull crawlers.
and now aside, yeah. So the thing that I think Kong is going to fight first in the movie is the Alpha Skull Crawler, which is the biggest skull crawler on Skull Island. And I feel like that's going to be like right out of the bat, like beginning of the movie.
The first thing they
naturally.
do.
I think so. Honestly, I think that would be it, just so that they can set the tone of the movie right away. And
I
then,
wouldn't disagree.
And then we have another kaiju that has never been seen before on screen. that is actually pretty interesting. So its name is Warbat, and what it is,
It's a bat.
no, so listen,
Snake bat.
it's a cobra, but instead of having a hood as like a
It's
regular
got
cobra,
wings.
it's got bat wings. So they're saying that this would be like a gliding kaiju as compared to like how Mothra and like Rodin and King Ghidorah were able to fly in King of the Monsters. They're just going to have a gliding snake around.
Now in the trailer, these things are massive. Like Kong takes its tail and swings it around, and it's at least 3 times, like 2 or 3 times as long as him.
Oh yeah, skull crawlers are big, but
No, the Warbats.
uh no, there's Warbat
Oh,
is
gentlemen.
one. Warbat
No,
is
there's
one.
2.
Is
That's
there?
what he swings around in the trailer, and he hits another one with it.
This is an automated
I will
warning
show you.
message. My phone hit 5%. So if I
Oh.
ever randomly disappear from the call, that's why. But I will stay till it dies.
Okay. So Evan, would you like to put in, and Jimmy, would you guys like to put in your 2 cents about the upcoming new kaiju in this film?
The
Yeah, I think I'll
Warbat?
go first since I might lose here in a minute.
That's fair.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it'll lead up to some really
I
badass
don't know.
fights.
I don't know if it's going to lead to anything too insane.
There's 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to lead to anything too insane, but I think it would make a cool, like, during the big fight if they showed up.
Okay.
I think it's pretty obvious that Mecha Godzilla is going to be the main person in the end. Godzilla and King Kong
Yeah.
are going to be
Obviously.
friends, or
Yeah.
at least have a
Oh.
mutual agreement.
I think they're going to team up to defeat coronavirus.
Yeah. And then
Dr.
Borat
Fauci
comes
himself will come in and be like, guys, please, you're not fighting
You're
at a
fighting for
6-foot
the wrong
distance.
cause.
You are fighting too close together.
in.
All right. So for this next portion of the episode, I just want to go through what I think is going to happen in the movie and basically my theory for like the plot. So I think right off the bat, Kong is going to fight the Alpha Skullcrawler and become like the ultimate apex kaiju on Skull Island, like right away. So I feel like that would be a good start to the movie because it picks up the action right away. And then, so further into the movie, here's what I think is happened and what is going to happen. So I actually believe that Godzilla actually died at the end of King of the Monsters from just a overdose of like power and radiation. Because I mean, imagine eating too much food and going into a coma. That's what I think happened in that sense. And I actually think this is Godzilla's son in the movie because in past movies we have seen Godzilla's son in films for like several films, like a lot. And the reason why I think this is Godzilla's son is because I think he looks significantly smaller. And you could argue, same size, blah, blah, blah. But I think that Godzilla looks like pretty small because I mean he looked sizable compared to King Ghidorah, and King Ghidorah is known as like the biggest kaiju, and like I just think like there's no way that's the same Godzilla. He looks smaller, and I also think that because there's Godzilla's son involved in this, I think that Godzilla's species would have to reproduce asexually, like some species of turtles, tortoises, and frogs, which I mean would make sense seeing that he is reptilian in nature. So, based off of that, the reason why I think Godzilla died at the end of King of the Monsters is because they're going to use his corpse as Mecha Godzilla in the movie, sort of like a cyborg Godzilla sort of deal, where it's just obviously he'll be like plated in armor or whatnot, but I don't think it will be comparable to the tougher than diamond scales that already naturally are on Godzilla.
Well, I can break diamonds.
Yeah, you can break diamonds with your
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Big E, the biggest E, able
seen
to
it
break
happen.
the smallest diamonds. And I also think this is going to be like a Batman versus Superman deal, and literally in the context where Kong is getting a weapon that would be able to defeat Godzilla, and in this case, Godzilla would be Superman, and Kong would be Batman. And we all know how that movie turned out. I feel like dead ass if they do this in the middle of the movie, like at the end of their fight, it's Godzilla laying on the ground, and he's like, "Save Mothra."
Yeah. We've all seen the jokes, Joey.
But I think that would be funny. Tell me that
That
wouldn't
would-
be funny. It's literally Martha, but it's not.
Well, at this point in the movie, he's already just naked Jimmy, and Jimmy's on the ground, just stop, just talk because he can talk now, obviously, like Jimmy.
Right.
Which I don't know where Jimmy went, but
And like I said earlier, we see that this axe that Kong uses is actually disperses energy of radiation, and I feel like that would aid
we're
Godzilla
lagging
in.
badly.
I'm getting clear
I
connection
apologize,
on
I
everything.
I attempted to find a phone charger and failed.
Oh, that's fine. But
It's okay.
so anyways, I think the axe is going to be like counterproductive. And since Mecha Godzilla would technically be king, seeing that that's the Godzilla that died in King of the Monsters, in my theory, I think that Kong is actually going to defeat Mecha Godzilla, and that
Wow.
yes, but
He's a
Godzilla
big
and
monkey.
but that's because Godzilla and Kong will be fighting Mecha Godzilla together, and their combined strengths will overpower Mecha Godzilla naturally. And that would then therefore make Kong King Kong, which we all have known and loved as like in past renditions, because it's always every movie that's ever been released with Kong before the MonsterVerse has been King Kong. And then I also think that like Warbats will like aid Mecha Godzilla in the final battle
I don't know.
against Kong
I feel
and
like
Godzilla.
I feel like the Warbats, and then there's another one. It's like a flying dinosaur thing, but it's kind of small that they show in the trailer once. But I think the Warbats are just going to be in the middle of it. I
Yeah,
think there
I
might
feel
be
like
yeah.
I feel
I don't
like
think they're
it'll
gonna
be
be a
almost like
significant part.
like the Avengers taking down like Ultron bots, or
Yes.
is it the Chitauri?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's a Chitauri.
Yeah. So then yeah, that's basically my whole synopsis of the movie and how I think it's going to go down.
I'd agree with that, honestly.
I'd say something around there. I think
I definitely agree that I think Kong is gonna win.
I
think
think
you will
Kong is
too.
going to win just because it's an American studio.
that's what I say.
Yeah, but it makes sense what you said, because he's an American creation as compared
Yeah.
to the Japanese creation, and we're talking about an American studio. So
American
naturally,
yeah.
America's going to make America look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also like if you think about it, Kong kind of has the advantage.
But he really doesn't,
in ways he has the advantage, but in other ways he doesn't. I mean,
because I'm going to argue this till the day I die. They're giving him a plot weapon.
plot weapon.
Yeah, but
That's like saying well they gave Thanos plot stones.
well, that was actually built up throughout the movies. This is the first
It
time we're
built-
hearing about this axe.
Well, he picked up a stick and used it like a baseball bat and used
Yes, we
chains and
know
stuff.
that he can use weapons, but like
But this is a weapon.
but they're giving him a plot weapon, is what I'm saying. The writers wrote in a plot weapon
You're right.
in
You're
order
right.
to defeat him. Like that,
You're right.
like
Jackie Robinson, he had a plot bat.
no, that was real life.
oh yeah. So here's what I think. Oh,
Oh, Jimmy's gone. That's
well, it's just
okay.
me and you now.
That's fine.
I fucking hate that guy.
I'm indifferent towards him.
Yeah, he's kind of just there. I think so at the end of what is it, King of the Monsters?
Yeah.
They show there's an end credit scene and it shows the bad guy. I don't know his name because I don't really care about the characters.
King Ghidorah?
No, the old guy, the bad human guy.
Oh, yeah, we don't care about the humans.
Yeah, we don't care about the humans, but it shows him like buying King Ghidorah's head, which I thought they were all gone, but I guess
Yeah,
they weren't.
because like in the final scene
In the
of the
film,
movie,
it
like
shows.
before the end credit scene, you literally see all the
Yeah.
heads get destroyed. Like one of them literally melts away, and then Godzilla is
Yeah.
holding one in his mouth, and
Yeah,
he just
and he blasts
blasts
it.
it.
So yeah, I don't know what happened there, but I think there's a reason they showed that. Either they have this head under development or somewhere, and that's
Yeah.
why Godzilla's mad because he can still sense a piece of King Ghidorah, and that he wants to. He still thinks there's another king, and that's why he's mad. Or I'm also thinking they use this head, and that's how they make Mecha Godzilla, or maybe
Okay.
they mix the two between a
Then why
dead
not just
Godzilla.
name it Mecha Ghidorah?
Well, that's for the future. That's because there's an actual Mecha
There is a
Ghidorah.
Mecha Ghidorah, by the way.
Yeah, there's a Mecha. There's a Mecha King
There's a
Kong
Mecha
too.
Kong, yeah.
There's Mecha everything. Toho's
I
like,
don't think there's a Mecha Mothra.
yeah, but there's a big armored one
Okay.
with like horns.
Also, I
think.
forgot to add that in my theory because they're the monarch or whatever is defiling Godzilla's corpse. His son would be upset about that.
Maybe. I don't think there's going to be a son. I think I don't know. We'll have to see, but
Yeah, we'll have to see when the movie comes out.
yeah, and we'll do another podcast about it.
Yeah, that
To
is
tell
what we're
you-
planning because
Yes.
this has been a big deal for like 3 weeks in the group chats.
Yeah, our group. It's basically torn our group apart. It's like the Civil War.
No, it's basically just me against everybody.
Yeah, everybody thinks
Because-
Kong will win.
Because I'm Team
And-
Zilla and everyone's like, oh, Team Kong, monkey.
Joey thinks a lizard can beat a monkey, but Joey, when was the last time a lizard beat King Kong? Never. Oh no.
What?
Oh, I thought you couldn't hear me.
No, I could hear you.
Oh.
Were you about to mouth shit so it looked like you weren't saying something?
Well, there's no point in talking if you couldn't hear me.
Well, continue with your theory, Evan.
So I don't know what I was saying now.
King Ghidorah's head is being used.
That's
and
right.
It's upsetting
think-
Godzilla because he's got a vengeance against him.
It's either they're doing something with the head that makes him mad, and that he senses that there's still King Ghidorah and he's trying to kill him still, or if I remember correctly, in King of the Monsters, they were kind of controlling the monsters with some sound device, or it's
Yeah,
that.
it's able to communicate with the kaiju.
I think Godzilla has a reason to be mad, and it could be because it's his son and the real Godzilla died, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's why. I don't think they'd bring a kid in like that, especially for an American audience that
Well,
probably doesn't know.
that's the thing about Godzilla's son. It's whenever Godzilla dies, he becomes Godzilla. Like he
yeah.
grows up into Godzilla like almost immediately.
I think we should have the disgusting Godzilla kid we had in the Toho movies. It kind of looks like my little brother. if
That
I'm
little
being
green fucker.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of looks like Preston.
Your brother has green skin.
Yeah, actually,
He's a sick man.
he's got big bulgy eyes. He can shoot lasers out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's atomic. It's atomic
Oh,
lasers.
I'm sorry. So yeah, I think it'd be a fun movie.
I think it will definitely be a fun movie, especially if they go with the same route they did with King of the Monsters, where it's more monster fight as compared to human dialogue.
I hope there's more monster fight.
I hope
there's no humans.
But see, the thing is, with
Gotta
humans in Godzilla movies, they're just there to describe what's going on in the fight.
True.
And that's every Godzilla movie.
And I know people don't like that Godzilla is only in like 10 minutes of the first one, but I like it. I think it set it up well.
Oh yeah, it put in like a sense of like, it's called Godzilla, but it's like, ooh, when are we gonna like see?
I'm pretty sure it's directed by the same people who made Rogue One.
Oh shit.
Which, if you look at them both side by side, they do a really, or he does. I think I'm not sure who directs them, but he does a really good job showing scale.
Yeah.
So that's why when you watch the first Godzilla, you see how big Godzilla is,
Right.
because it shows like up shots, and he's really good at showing scale, as he does in Rogue One. where he shows like the spaceships above towns and the walkers and such. But in King of the Monsters, he still feels big, but you don't really get that massive sense of scale. It's
Right.
kind of just like far away shots of them fighting, and I mean it's fun to watch. It's
Oh
just
yeah.
you don't get the same
And
feeling as you do watching
and that's
Godzilla.
I think that's definitely like a Toho homage also, because that's how a lot of the Toho movies were shot. They were shot in like they were shot in
Yes.
widescreen long shots, so like you could actually see what the monsters were doing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you were to go and like close and do that, it wouldn't have worked then. But
Yeah, I
like
mean they didn't have the technology back then
yeah, they definitely
but
did not.
it's more, I guess, artsy. I guess I don't.
Yeah,
I think it looks cooler that the making it look bigger.
yeah, definitely. So is how long have we been going?
27 minutes.
I think I'm ready to call it off here.
That was fun. Yeah.
All
Do
right.
we have infinite time?
No, no, we do not,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
sadly.
It
So,
doesn't show me a time limit.
all right, guys. So be sure to watch Godzilla versus Kong on March 31st on HBO Max.
They
And remember,
sponsor us.
yeah, they don't sponsor us. Nope, we don't
They
have
give us
sponsors.
lots of money.
This is our This is our sponsor. Be sure to go to the Joe Hawk TV store. Link in the description below. And I hope everyone's staying safe out there and staying smart. Please do not get infected with the Rona. We love you guys here at Joe Hawk TV, and we hope you all are having a fantastic day, a fantastic Sunday.
Au revoir.
Au revoir.